This is WPSL Port St. Lucie.
The views expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of WPSL. However, you're encouraged to like and share them on Facebook and other social media. It's time for Joanne's World of Nutrition, brought to you by Nutrition World and hosted by Joanne Augusto.
Good morning, everybody. I hope everyone's having a happy Thursday. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I really appreciate you tuning in to WPSL and listening and hopefully enjoying the information. We're getting a little hearing thing done. Yeah, Cliff, I hear pretty much only a little background music right now.
Oh, okay.
So if anyone would like to call in, please remember I welcome any calls on anything to do with health, fitness, or nutrition. So 340-1590 anytime during the show. Whether it's this topic or another, I would love to hear from my listeners. So as always, we will start the show with our breathing exercise. I really stress to you to try this. This is really helpful to your life, centering you, calming you, and helping you focus throughout the day, reducing stress and blood pressure and building your immunity up. So we're going to exhale all the stress and negativity and hustle and bustle of your morning. And we're going to inhale nice calmness for a count of 5, only using your nose. And we're going to hold for 5, and then we're going to exhale for 5.
So if you're used to counting on your fingers, you have to use your nose this time.
Yeah, or use your eyebrows. 1, 2. Wow, that's a good eye
Ooh.
exercise, too. Okay. All right. So, Cliff, my expert in-house counter, are you ready?
I am ready.
All right. So, everyone exhale all the junk, all the garbage, all the red lights, all the stress. Okay. Ready?
Now.
Inhale.
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale. 2.
You forgot exhale.
Oh, yes. Let's make a double inhale. Okay.
See, I already feel happier laughing.
See, okay, you let it all out then.
All right.
Okay,
so,
let's start again.
All right, let's start again. Okay, here we go.
Here we go. Inward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. 2, 3, 4, 5. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And one more time, all the way in.
Okay, here we go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You know,
Cliff, don't make me fire you, okay? You're my breathing man. Don't mess it up, okay?
But you see, I was going to share this with Paul, who just got back from a 2-week vacation.
Nice.
And I just got back from a 4-day vacation.
Okay.
What's the difference between a 2-week vacation and a 4-day vacation is, well, you can turn 1 hour of meditation into a week.
Yes.
Literally a week.
That's nice.
And just be there.
But you know what, too, Cliff? I stress to people, some of my listeners, when they come visit me at the store, you know, they always kind of like say in a joking way, but they really enjoy it, the whole breathing thing.
Yeah.
And I do think it's a little comical that I have to start the show with it. But I definitely know even my friends that are really big health food nuts, they really try to live a very well-balanced, healthy lifestyle. We forget to breathe, whether we blame our bosses, our multitasking lives, our children, just taking on too much. We walk around just holding our breath. And also, like, you know, eating food too quickly, gulping down food, not chewing it. And we're very rushed sometimes. So we do need to be present in the moment. And we do need to focus on our breath.
And this is real with the breathing thing because
Yes.
Most health professionals encourage breathing as a regular part of your
Yes, breathing
healthcare
is very critical,
very
yes.
critical, yeah.
But really, take that seriously. So I do want to mention a couple specials we have at the store. So as all my listeners know, everyone gets the 10% off every day, with the exception of CBD oil, which is only for veterans, the 10%. But we also have all of Garden of Life featured products, which they have cutting-edge, just relief brain products out that are clinically proven. Dr. Perlmutter stands behind them. It was actually his clinicals. Phenomenal cutting-edge products, all at 20% off. And they have organic, food-based essential oils and a gift of an aromatherapy diffuser with their kits. And the sauna and the Ion Foot Cleanse, okay, you get $20 for an intro session instead of $25, okay? And then Dr. Mercola, we have his whole line of products, especially the keto products. So if you are trying to watch out for grains and starches and sweets, which you should all be trying to do that, Dr. Mercola supports that lifestyle with his products. If you buy any $50 worth of Dr. Mercola's products at the store, I have 3 of his amazing books, cookbooks and keto lifestyle books that are a $30 value, that with a $50 purchase, the first 3 people will get that book free. So let's definitely try to take advantage of that. So if you go, Jen at the store should be listening right now. So now she knows the specials too. So how helpful. The other thing I want to point out before I go into today's topic is listening to podcasts. So I have noticed, no offense to my generation, that it seems like the younger generation is definitely more aware of podcasts and what they are and how amazing they can be. In case you don't have time to maybe go read a big long book on a topic that you're interested in, podcasts are available like on Apple devices. It's free. So there's tons of different podcasts, but one thing, if you just remember the purple podcast symbol, that's the free one from Apple. And we were listening during our driving to a podcast from David Wolf. His podcast is titled Longevity. And if you want to learn some really interesting stuff, I would tune into his podcasts. They have this longevity conference once a year in Anaheim, California. And so many of the podcasts that he put on were the guests that he had invited to this amazing conference were on the podcast first, kind of going over what they were going to discuss in their very long, 3-hour talk during the convention. So we picked up on some of John Gray's talk, some of David Wolf's talk. So David Avocado Wolf has millions of followers on social media. He's a raw foodist. He really is a purist, but he's a researcher. He's a thinker. He's extremely intelligent. And then there's John Gray, who's one of my favorite people. He was also on the at the conference and as well as doing the podcast. But I learned a little tidbit from John Gray that I'm going to go into more detail on another show. But for any of you females out there or any men listening that have females in their lives that might have some hormonal fluctuation going on, whether it be PMS, perimenopause, or menopause, 3 dates a day. So the dates now, you can buy them at any supermarket, okay? So I don't mean a date like, let's go have some, dinner and a movie, an actual food product date. Absolutely delicious, have a really nice sweetness to them. When I grew up, we only did them during Thanksgiving, and my mom put cream cheese in them and a little sliver of a walnut. But dates are extremely healthy for you, and they do give you that happy hormone feel and hormone balancing effect. So you can just, don't overdo it. 3 is the most because they do have a lot of naturally occurring sweetness to them. So just chop up one, put in your morning smoothie or shake, chop up another one for a little afternoon snack with some walnuts or almonds, and then maybe another one, for dinner or with another shake. You really want to give this a try. The 2 people that really I respect a lot are David and John Gray, and so they both gave this a thumbs up. I would definitely give it a try.
Do they do anything with figs?
No, I am a huge promoter of figs. And I actually it's so funny you bring that up, Cliff, because this morning Matt and I were talking about, it's hard with, all these kids. We had 5 going to camp this morning to give them a healthy snack. And I was mentioning that there is wheat-free, dairy-free fig Newman versions, and, figs themselves are so healthy.
They're
Having
full
a
of
fig, but
seeds,
they're full of fiber and phytonutrients, so healthy for you. But to give a kid a fig, might
Yeah.
not go over so good.
They might
But
go,
at least the
"Ew."
ones that I sell are wheat-free, dairy-free, so they're trying to be a healthier version. But still, figs, just like dates, do have a lot of naturally occurring sugars. So, it's nothing to overindulge in. But any superfoods, dates, figs, pomegranates, anything like that is great to have in your diet as well as your children's diet. But I did want to point out to look into podcasts. If you've never listened to them, start with whatever subject is near and dear to your heart. But I really find that these are legitimate, good people that they're not out to sell something, where a lot of the times when you click on these social media clicks, it's just trying to give you more of an advertising spiel, their very clouded judgment, because they're trying to get you to buy their product. So I feel like the podcasts are more informational and educational. So, and then, one more thing before the topic of the day. Eventually I will get to it, is the weather, okay? So I know this is crazy, Florida weather, but I really want to stress, I already see my customers, they stay inside for their air conditioning so long now because they don't want to go outside. They don't want to feel exhausted. They don't want to take a chance with heat stroke or sunburn. I understand that more than anyone. I am definitely not a big summer outdoor person, especially with my fair skin. But I want to stress that you want to get outdoors early morning light and late daylight. You want to get some sun, okay, safe sun. You want to get movement. You want to get a little sweating going on, so you're teaching your kidneys and your hydration system to stay intact. Because if you do stay in that AC cocoon and then all of a sudden come out, it's going to hit you even harder. So if every day starting now, before it gets into that, late July and August months, which are so brutal for us, you will acclimate your body. So stay hydrated, drink a little bit of water every hour. Coconut water, phenomenal things to stay hydrated. And, take a 1-block walk. Just sweat a little, keep your system working, and gradually get used to it, okay? Do not hide indoors. Indoor air pollution's pretty gross. So get outside, sweat a little, move a little, and a little bit of sun. So, without further ado, the topic of the day is the weird things called cartilage. And tendons.
Oh.
So, it was kind of started as a joke about my body, but a long time ago, I had a house that was on the water, on like one of those, really inexpensive canals to live on. So I love saying, yeah, I bought a house on the water. Yeah, it was one of those canals that I think all the garbage of the whole water system kind of dumped into because it was just that canal.
Yeah.
So yes, but I never mentioned that when I used to brag about it. But I didn't have any outdoor lights at the time on my back patio. So one time I stepped out there and I stepped into a snake. And it wrapped around my left ankle pretty tight. Now, obviously, it was one of those snakes that don't bite because it didn't bite me. And it freaked me out so much, more than anything, scared me. So I jumped real high and then came down, and so I hurt my ankle pretty bad.
Not to mention what it did to the head of the snake.
Yeah. Yeah. I just ran screaming. I was like one of those little sissy girls that was like, I really didn't know what was happening at the time other than feeling something really disgusting wrapped around my ankle.
It's perfectly all right to be afraid of snakes.
Oh,
There's
I'm
nothing
getting,
wrong with it.
and I could, and remember, it's pitch black. I still didn't see what was
you
happening.
weren't quite sure what it was yet.
I had
That's
no
the
idea.
creepiest
All
part.
I know is I'm reliving it at this very moment and feeling very squeamish.
Oh.
So what happens is every once in a blue moon, I go to step down on this ankle, and I feel something. and I just, in the memory of why, comes back quickly. And then I do my protocol to get my ankle back in shape and giving it the love and the care it needs. So when I give the advice that I'm about to give, I want everyone to know it does come from an experience, so I feel knowledgeable because what I do normally works really quickly for me. So I know there might be a lot of people listening out there that has very serious injuries or arthritis and, oh no, nothing helps me but my cortisone shots or my strong drugs. But if you could just listen with an open mind, an open heart, open ears, there might be something during the show that if you can try, you will see a significant difference, maybe to lessen the amount of any type of toxic prescriptions that you're on right now. So all I ask is just, hear me out, because my ankle could have gone the course of cortisone shots and all that kind of stuff, but I didn't choose that journey. And, this is like 30 years later, and it's still standing strong. So here we go. So now a cartilage. Oh, and I want to keep in mind too. So sometimes when you get a diagnosis, so if you go to a doctor and he mentions something is wrong with your kidneys, for instance, it's hard to understand the relationship of all the other body systems to the kidneys, because we just think, okay, something with our kidneys. But I'm hoping with the topic today, when we talk about muscles and bones and joints and cartilage and tendons, you can visualize how it is all connected. Because all you have to do is go to Google Images and say, what does the internal body look like? And you can see how head to toe, fingertips in, how the bones, the joints, the cartilage, the tendons, everything is connected. There is no area of disconnection. Now, our organ system, the endocrine, the spleen, the liver, the heart, the kidneys, same exact way as the other things I just mentioned. But I think it's easier for us to know that we're all connected with the other things because you can see it on an image. So we have this beautiful cartilage. So I actually have to look up these definitions because, I always use these terms so loosely. So flexible connective tissue that protects the ends of bones at the joints and supports our weight. So that's the technical definition. But I call cartilage almost like the glue to keep everything together. Most of the time, my customers come to me and only discuss cartilage when their doctors tell them that they've used all theirs.
Yeah.
All my cartilage has disintegrated. It's degenerated. Now all I have is bone on bone. So I would love, before you get that prognosis, to start thinking about this subject right now, because this stuff is precious to our body. So if you just heard in that definition, it supports our weight. Okay, so again, a lot of people only think the cartilage in their knees. Like, Cliff, did you know? Oh, actually, I'm going to see if anyone feels like calling in today, and I'm going to make this a quiz question. Remember when I used to do all those quizzes and give prizes?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to do one today. So I'm going to put a question out there. If you get an answer, you'll get a $20 gift certificate for the store. Okay?
Ooh, okay.
So, all right. So and no Googling it. We're on the trust basis here, okay? So no Googling it.
Fresh from memory.
So if you are 10 pounds overweight, how much pressure does that put on your knees? So if you are 10 pounds overweight, so no Googling the answer. All right, so the first one with that answer, $20 gift certificate for Nutrition World.
And I think Lynette is going to screen the calls that come in, so we'll be
beautiful.
Moving right along to that in just
awesome.
a moment. Yeah.
All right, so the cartilage is precious to our body. It's really critical that it supports our joints and our bones. And the cartilage, just like everything else in the body, it needs love and care. And not overuse. So some of the things that might not be so obvious is hydration. So just like I mentioned earlier, lots and lots of good fluids, especially water, not soda, not sugary drinks, not energy drinks, not caffeinated drinks, good quality water with hopefully minerals and electrolytes, so alkaline water. Enough sleep or rest. So if you do perform a work function or sport, that uses one joint area repeatedly, then you definitely want to rest that area. So it doesn't necessarily mean you have to treat it like an injury, but this discussion is really meant for prevention as well. So you need to rest that area, give it proper rest. And the next is anti-inflammatory diet. No joke, all the anti-inflammatory foods are your healthiest foods on the planet. So inflammation, the fire inside of the body, which makes you feel all the achiness and the stiffness and the pain when you put that fire out. Okay, now it's supposed to come for a minute or two, and then it's supposed to go away. You put that fire out, and then, of course, you'll have less pain. But remember, whenever you take the pain away, like whether it be through a prescription way, cortisone shot, or anti-inflammatories through a health food store, it doesn't mean you solve the problem, okay? So you take the inflammation away, but you still have to rebuild that cartilage. So some say it's not possible. I don't believe that line of thinking. Oh, we have a caller, Cliff. Thank you, honey. All right, so we got Flo on line 2. Good morning, Flo. How are you today? Oh, we're just connecting. Are you there, Flo?
Yes.
Good morning. Hi.
Good morning, Joe. I'm thinking it's probably like 350, like your bite would be when you put the pressure on your teeth and bite. So I'm going to say about 350.
Well, I mean, so if you have 10 pounds of overweight, say you have 10 extra pounds in your belly, how much extra pounds do your knees feel?
Oh, and weight-wise, okay. I'm going to say probably I would double it,
Okay.
40 pounds.
40 pounds?
Yeah.
That is correct. That is correct, Flo. So you now have a $20 gift certificate for Nutrition World.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So
And that's only from my dentistry experience.
Nice. Well, it's so funny because I'm going to be talking about that's going to be the next question. So we'll have to let someone else get that question right because you'll definitely get the next question right. But Thank you so much, Flo, for calling in. Have an awesome day. And just me or Jen can give that to you at the store. I'll let her know that you were the winner.
Okay. Should I give Jen my last name when we go off the air?
No. It's okay. Yeah,
Okay.
It's fine. No worries. We've never had anyone abuse this.
I don't know where your new store is.
Oh, okay. Well, that's great. All right. So are you familiar with downtown Fort Pierce?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're inside the arcade building, the historic arcade building where the Potbelly restaurant is, right across from Fort Pierce City Hall. So
I know where City Hall is.
Awesome. So it's between Orange Avenue and Avenue A. It's right in front of the big, huge white federal building and right across from Fort Pierce City Hall. You just park behind the building.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, Flo. I'll let my employee's name is Jennifer, and I'll make a note of your gift certificate.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Joe.
Flo. Have a great day. Bye. Good morning, Andy. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I don't know if anybody answered yet, but I'm thinking between 4 and 6 pounds, maybe.
Well, Flo did just get the gift certificate. She answered. So 10 pounds of being overweight has 40 pounds of pressures to the knees. But I do have another question I can give you a shot on.
Okay, I have a question for you first, if you don't mind.
Sure, yeah, of course. Go ahead.
It's a little bit different. When I was 9 years old, I ruptured my spleen and had to have it removed. I'm 62. 6 feet tall, about 155 pounds, 150 pounds, and been in great shape my whole life. But I'm wondering if there's anything I should be taking to supplement not having a spleen.
Yes. Well, the spleen, like I mentioned earlier, everything is connected. So the spleen, unfortunately, sometimes goes out, especially a long time ago, they would just take spleens out really without too much thought. So the immune system. So all the foods I'm about to go over that help cartilage and joints and tendons actually apply to any organ system, whether it's being compromised or not there anymore. So the spleen, I would definitely think of immune system and lymphatic help. So did you happen to catch last week's show?
I probably did, but I probably need some medicine also.
No problem. So the spleen would really benefit from any lymphatic drainage. So you can do it with skin brushing, mini rebounder, infrared sauna. as well as any foods that like are superfoods, which I'm definitely going to cover more, but like pomegranate, Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, I eat all that kind of stuff.
Awesome.
I was just wondering if there was something I should take just to help my other
there,
organs. The spleen's not helping anymore.
yeah, there is like I would definitely do any of your medicinal mushrooms. Like I have a fermented mushroom blend from Dr. Mercola that's amazing to help offset what the spleen was doing. You could do the Curamed, which is called BCM 95. That would definitely benefit you not having a spleen. There is probably any probiotic, whether it be from my store or any health food store, would help. You just basically generally want to keep your toxic burden low to make up for that, and also keep your lymphatic system, which is controlling your immune response, keep that really circulating well, which unfortunately supplements don't do. It's more of body movement that cleans that.
Okay, well, body movement's no problem. I'm a landscaper and I work 24/7, so.
All right. So are
there's no
you
problem
keeping
there.
hydrated with healthy drinks, no Gatorade and no
I
sugary stuff?
usually drinking some Gatorade and water, and but the last couple of days, came close to overheating a few times. So.
Okay,
All the other
I
guys
would
got just
try
drink the
to
water.
I would try to think about going off Gatorade because of all the glucose and just doing coconut water or buying a Himalayan salt shaker and just pretend you're doing tequila shots every hour. It's a natural way to get the minerals and electrolytes without all the sugar and artificial colors and junk that it has in it.
Well, that's great. Thank you for your information. I'm in Fort Pierce, so I'll come and
Awesome.
see you.
Andy,
and,
do you want to try to do the next question to see if you
go
can
ahead.
win that one? Okay,
Sure.
so what do you think is the strongest muscle in the human body? It's a
Strongest
tough
muscle
one.
in
I
the
didn't
body.
even know this. I had to learn this.
I'm thinking thigh.
No, and you know what? I was stumped on this one too. It's the jaw.
The jaw. Oh,
Yeah, the
okay.
jaw muscle, which is masseter, I think they call it, masseter muscle. The masseter muscle, which is the jaw muscle, is the strongest muscle in the body. Pretty cool, huh? 55 pounds of strength that thing has. All right, well, I appreciate you calling in, and I think each show I'm going to do more quiz questions to try to get everyone more involved. So thank you so much for calling, and I hope you try those things. Definitely get off
I'm
that
gonna come see you. I
Gatorade.
appreciate the info, and I'm getting up there, so I come and see you and see what we can do.
Yeah, we all keep getting up there, huh? All right, thanks,
Yes,
Andy.
ma'am.
Have an awesome day.
Thank you.
All right,
You too.
bye-bye.
Appreciate it. Bye.
All right, so isn't that cool? The jaw is the strongest muscle.
Yeah,
So-
well, now that's no surprise to me because I use my strongest, most exercised muscle every day at work.
Oh, there you go.
That's right,
Okay.
Sometimes I'm accused of talking in my sleep just to keep in practice.
Geez, I can't imagine you doing that. Oh,
Me
boy.
either, me either.
Yes, well, I love people that love to talk, so that way I don't feel like I'm the only one doing the talking.
Well, that's the thing. When especially if you have a guest, a good guest can answer a question in complete sentences with not yes or no answers.
Here, not the politician's answers.
No,
Well,
no.
all right. So, as we were just discussing with Andy, so really with your cartilage, it needs hydration, it needs minerals, it needs electrolytes, it needs rest, and it also needs movement. So I mentioned resting from repetitive movement, but you do not, when something hurts, you do not want to stop moving it altogether. That's when things get rigid and stiff and so much worse. So you see in these people that have to go to therapy for injuries, and they, dread those appointment times because when they have to go in for therapy, it could be extremely painful to move the areas that were injured. But it's critical that you don't get rigid. You don't want to have that happen. You want to keep that cartilage, the joints, all that synovial fluid. You want to keep all that stuff moving. So really important that you move, you stretch, you keep it warm. That's why I really preach coming to do the infrared sauna that I have at the store, because when your body feels weak and tired, and injured, you can't really think about doing therapy or even stretching a little because that movement is so painful. So if you come in and do the infrared sauna, it will do the healing for you without pain. And also eating those foods, Brussels sprouts, pomegranate, and high EFA diet. So coconut, olives, avocados, healthy krill oil, healthy fish oil from the right sources. So you definitely want to take a very high quality essential fatty acid. I sell these amazing swirl products that taste really good. There's vegan ones that are made out of like primarily like flax and primrose oil, or you can get the fish oil blends. But think of it like oiling the car, putting good oil in your car. It's the same thing. You want those joints, those areas, your knees, your elbows, your shoulders, all those really highly working joint areas to be lubricated, lots of fluid from hydrating yourself, okay? And then the other point that I want to make also with cartilage is that even if you get the diagnosis that your knee, that you're bone on bone, that doesn't mean that you can't support it with enough synovial fluid and anti-inflammatories to avoid surgery. So give yourself time to do the research, be your own advocate, and if you have extra weight on you, take that seriously. So before you're ready to have, a surgery done to any body part, take your health seriously and be your own advocate and get that extra weight off. I know sometimes it's challenging, but it's much safer and better for you to not wait. Doctors sometimes will just tell you, unless you're in the extreme obese category, that you can do a procedure. But like I mentioned, 10 pounds overweight, just 10 is 40 pounds of pressure extra on the joints. So first focus on getting to your ideal body fat. So that way, whether you choose surgery or not, you have a much better chance at having your tendons, your cartilage, your muscles, and the joints perform the way they should. So when we get back from break, I am going to go over some anti-inflammatories, talk about the muscle and what they need, because remember, your muscle is holding everything up. Your posture, your joints, your cartilage, your muscles are holding it up. We're going to talk about tendons, okay? And then what foods to avoid that is not healthy for any of those body parts. So come on back. We'll be done in just a minute with the commercial break.
Guiding the Treasure Coast in health, one person at a time. That's their motto at Joanne's Nutrition World, Suite 121, in the historic Arcade Building on US 1, downtown Fort Pierce. Joanne brings more than 25 years of experience in the natural health industry, right here to you. Take advantage of this free personal guide to wellness and good health. Meet with Joanne herself and get started. Nutrition World always provides you with the hottest new product lines, natural and homeopathic remedies, herbals, and best of all, expert advice from the people who care. Call Joanne at 464-3598, 464-3598, and learn the correlation between diet and great health. Stop in today. The expert guidance to health is always free at Nutrition World. Nutrition World, Suite 121 in the Arcade Building, US 1, downtown Fort Pierce. WPSL Treasure Coast weather with meteorologist Glenn Glazer is brought to you this hour by Seacoast Air Conditioning.
Scattered showers and thunderstorms will develop here on the Treasure Coast through the afternoon and move from west to east across the area. A few storms could be strong and some rainfall will be heavy. Rainfall will linger into the early evening hours. High temperatures will reach the low 90s this afternoon, the heat index in the low 100s, and clouds will continue to increase. Light winds today out of the southwest. I'm WPTV Storm Team 95 meteorologist Glenn Glazer for WPSL 1590, the talk of the Treasure Coast.
Weather this hour is brought to you by Seacoast Air Conditioning, your hometown air conditioning company since 1982. For repairs or a whole new system, call 772-466-2400.
Comfort crisis? Don't roast. Call Seacoast.
We now return to Joanne's World of Nutrition, brought to you by Nutrition World in downtown Fort Pierce. Once again, here is Joanne Augusto.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. Thank you so much to share your day with me. I really appreciate you listening. And I hope you find what we're discussing today pertinent to your life or maybe someone you care about to share with them. I think people like that come into the store and that listen to my show, they do have the awareness already that food can be your medicine or your poison. And I just hope that we're not afraid to share this information in today's world, because it's all over. I mean, everyone knows that you are what you eat, or what I like to say, you are what you absorb. So please, share with people you love, how nutrition is important for them, and information that you see that's not generated from selling something so they don't feel like they're trying to be sold on something. A lot of people never got experiences in life where they were taught in school or through their home about nutrition, and they're suffering so badly with mood disorders, sleeping disorders, pain. So just like, an expression that us girls have, we would share a good hairstylist name and number, share with them, some tips that you've learned that you've put into your life so they could live a healthier, happier life. Just never be afraid to share this type of information with people. I also, I said to my son on that subject, he said that he ate McDonald's. I gave, now that he's older in the teen years, I gave him an allowance. So if he's not home, he could eat healthier food that's out there, because, restaurants can be expensive. So I gave him an allowance, which he blew too quickly on Uber rides. And so he ended up eating at McDonald's because he didn't have the budget for the healthier restaurants that I had given him. So he's like, Mom, I would rather get that ride, and I would rather spend the money on the Ubers. And I said, Jonathan, how do you think Mommy kept you so healthy and well all these years? By keeping you away from restaurants that have windows. So you need to know that it matters. And so one meal here or there, I'm not going to say would kill you, but you have to keep in mind that you have to put your budget to your body first. Because if you put it on an expensive pair of shoes or a purse or a car and not your health, you can't sometimes get things back. You have to, really take your body's budget first. So always put the budget you put inside your mouth number one priority. Okay, everybody? All right. So the next part of the body that a lot of us overlook is muscles. So muscles is not just for the bodybuilders out there that are trying to flex and look all, great in their little tank tops. Muscles support everything that holds us up. So our joints and our bones are held up by our muscles. Okay? So our muscles are critical no matter how old you are and what body type you have. There's 3 different type of muscles, and your heart being the most important muscle. They hold us up. So do not wait until you feel really weak, where you don't have that nice full step as you get out of bed anymore, or as you're walking you feel like you can't even hold your body up without effort. Take care of your muscles. What do they need? Just like cartilage. Lots of rest, lots of hydration, and proper nutrition. The most important nutrition that the muscles need is protein. Protein is made out of amino acids. Again, not just for the sports guy to drink a shake after his workout. This is for all of us. So whether you're choosing to do animal foods or not, there's tons of amazing vegan shakes out there. and animal food substitutes. Or you can get organic eggs, free-range chicken, grass-fed beef, whatever protein you choose. Please make sure you're consuming it. You want to keep that blood sugar stable, and you want to get those amino acids into your muscle. But remember, you are what you absorb, not what you eat. So you have to chew properly, break it down to its most smallest molecule. So the amino acids critical for the muscle, okay? So, and same thing with our brain. We want to feed it lots of amino acids, healthy fats, water, really critical. So the next thing that keeps us strong, keeps all those joint areas moving and without pain and inflammation, is anti-inflammatory supplements. Very common right now, extremely popular, is turmeric. I'm not going to get into the whole competitive world of turmeric because all over the internet now, you can click on the next image and they swear theirs is number one. So I will tell you, the one that I've been taking for about 9 years now, maybe 10, and that's Curamed. That's by Eurofarmer or Terry Naturally, Curamed, also well known as Curamin, Curamin, and the patented name is BCM95. I do believe that it's the most affordable, easy to use, clinically backed up product that helps inflammation. 27 human clinical studies, over 8,000 peer-reviewed papers. I've given it to everyone I know and love, and no one has had a negative thing to say about it. It's my first thought of the day is, did I take my Curamed? It's great as an anti-inflammatory, and it has a money-back guarantee. That's how sure Terry is that you will get a benefit from it. So remember, if you keep, everyone knows I love my analogies, but anti-inflammatories are to put out a roaring fire in your body so you stop feeling the pain. So I stress to you this: if you say that you've taken this product or other anti-inflammatories from health food stores and say, oh, but it didn't work, were you still building a fire at the same time while you're trying to put one out? Because there are many people that will take a Curamed and then they'll go out and have a real big, iced coffee with like 9 packets of sugar in it, and then have a donut and wonder why their fire didn't go out. If you still do all those things that create inflammation on an everyday basis, the sugar, the starch, the stressed out lifestyle, no rest, no hydration, it will be harder to put the fire out. Not impossible though, but you'll need more. So if it didn't work, I guarantee you weren't taking enough to offset the lifestyle choices you're making. So the Curamed, definitely my favorite anti-inflammatory. And now a close runner-up, a little more money per day, is CBD oil. A phenomenal anti-inflammatory, great at grounding you, stabilizing your mood. It's amazing. There are inexpensive ones that you can buy, but I would not trust them. I hate to say it. I saw one at one of those big box stores for $20. I would run from them. There's no way they can produce quality for under $50. It's just impossible. So CBD oil, I definitely keep it in my purse now. I had an injury of the jaw, and now that I've learned that that's the biggest, largest muscle in the body, which I had no idea. I think I told this story already to the audience, but I was on one of those water slides, and the person that came way too fast right behind me, real big guy, he kicked me straight in that muscle, in the jaw muscle. I mean, we are talking, that was 4 months ago. 4 months ago, and it still hurts. Now, I go to a phenomenal chiropractor, and, taking all my anti-inflammatories, I do believe it could have been so much worse. But yes, so So on that note, the CBD oil, I take that to go to sleep at night, so that way I'm not worried about grinding or the inflammatory process of the jaw.
I
So
was trying to imagine what a chiropractor would do to your jaw to make an adjustment.
well, I got to tell you,
Ooh.
Cliff, you would love my chiropractor because he definitely thinks outside the box. And actually, I'm not even sure if he's taking new clients. That's why I'm not mentioning his name on air.
Oh, okay.
But he's tried to retire for the last 8 years, and he can't because he has such a great following. But he definitely does things that most common chiropractors don't. And he helped me. I couldn't even open my jaw when I went to him. And within like 20 minutes, I was opening my jaw.
Wow.
So, yeah, he's phenomenal. So if anyone wants to call the store and ask about him, we can tell you off the air. I should have checked with him first to see if he was taking new people. Okay, so your muscles, and then we're also going to talk about tendons right now. The reason that I definitely want to talk about tendons, because no one ever thinks about this word or talks about this word until they get tendinitis. So people come in all the time and they're like, my doctor says I have tendinitis, but they still don't think about that poor innocent tendon and where it all started. So it basically is this strong fibrous collagen tissue that connects muscle and bone. So that would be important, right? And if anyone's ever heard the word a collagen, they always think about it usually for skin. They look in the mirror, and as they're getting older, they feel like something's shifting. It's not as youthful. It's not as, gravity is sagging it down, or they just don't feel that youthful appearance anymore. So they go to stores and the salesperson tries to sell them collagen. But collagen goes so much deeper, so much deeper. I mean, it connects everything. It helps not only reduce body fat and helps the disappearance of deep-set wrinkles, and all this is clinically studied, but it also strengthens bone tissues, strengthens tendons, strengthens cartilage, all the things we're talking about. Now, there are very sophisticated collagen supplements on the market that are very expensive, but then there are things like aloe vera. If you buy whole leaf pure aloe vera for $10 a month, okay, that's at my store with the 10% discount, $10 a month, glass, beautiful, preservative-free aloe vera bottle, then you naturally produce more collagen from that aloe vera while soothing the inflammatory cycle and soothing your gastric system and helping everything in your body at the same time. So, doing 2 to 3 ounces a day, right there, a benefit to helping ease any issues with tendinitis or any hip issues or knee issues or joint issues or even skin issues. And then the next collagen regenerative supplement is called BioSil, BioSil. I take that one as well. BioSil has clinical studies, been around for a really long time, I think over 25, 30 years. BioSil has a bone study, has a wrinkle study, and has a hair and nail study. So again, this is not just appealing to outward appearance people like, oh, wow, I'll look better on the outside. Inside, that collagen is doing magic that you can't see, holding us up so we go into our older years stronger and better. And it's very inexpensive. A small bottle that I think comes out to like $20 or $24 can last up to 90 days. Now, it does have a capsule version that's a little more expensive, but the liquid tastes awful. I will say the most disgusting flavor, but you only have to do 5 tiny drops to get the study amount, and you just put it in like really strong pomegranate juice. Just buy the sugar-free one. Don't buy one filled with sugar. Pomegranate juice is an anti-inflammatory and a phenomenal superfood to begin with. So just put a tiny shot of pomegranate juice and then 5 drops in there, swig it down, chase it with some water, and you're good to go. And then the other one that I sell is by Health Direct, and it's called Amino Sculpt. Now that's what I call my Mac Daddy one, because that is about $60 a month, and it comes. You can do. Cliff, weren't you using this one, the Amino the liquid collagen? That's the one you use.
Yeah.
Yes, I thought you used it.
Yeah, Greg and
yeah,
I
it
tried
comes.
that
Yeah,
for a while.
orange and mango.
Mango, yep.
Yep, mango. Cherry and mango, and really, really popular. You do, 1 to 2 ounces at night before bed. They have clinicals, reducing body fat, helping insomnia. That's why I started taking it. Definitely helps a better sleep. You sleep better, you rejuvenate better, and you won't age as quickly. And then. So can you use all these things that I mentioned? Of course, it depends on your budget, but there's different type of collagen that's available to our human body, types 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, goes on and on. But you want to get superfoods in your diet, healthy water in your diet. You want to rejuvenate with lots of collagen products. Eat coconut water, drink coconut water, eat avocados, olives, lots of high potassium and magnesium-rich foods for your tendons. And please, everyone, avoid fried foods and hydrogenated oils. I haven't mentioned this in a long time, but fried foods and hydrogenated oils
Margarine.
all that junk really hurts the human body, especially the joints, the cartilage, the muscles, the tendons. So stay away from the junk. Eat healthy. Have a great week, everyone. Thank you so much for listening.
You've been listening to Joanne's World of Nutrition, brought to you by Nutrition World in downtown Fort Pierce, US 1 between Orange Avenue and Avenue A, directly across from City Hall. Join Joanne every Thursday morning in the 10 o'clock hour on WPSL, and archives of this show can be found on YouTube. Simply look for WPSL TV, or just go to WPSLTV.com. And join us again next Thursday for Joanne's World of Nutrition on WPSL Port St. Lucie.